That's like Shohei Ohtani striking out 5 times in a game. There's just not. You gotta hope everybody else
The
can
Dodgers
pick
can
up the
overcome
slack.
that.
Yeah, but you gotta hope everybody else can pick
The
up the
Angels
slack.
can't, but the Dodgers can.
Okay, well, we're not talking about that. Welcome back to Sports Chat with Greg and Bryan. This guy is Bryan.
The Detroit Tiger fan is Bryan. I'm not Bryan. I'm Greg.
You're not Bryan. You are Greg.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a Detroit Tiger fan. I am a Detroit Tiger believer. I'm an Angels fan. I root for the Angels. The Detroit Tigers are the team that I picked to win the World Series.
Okay, so if the Detroit Tigers, this is going to be funny, okay? If the Detroit Tigers are playing the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim,
Well, whatever they are,
in a championship or a game in the playoffs, who are you rooting for?
the Angels.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you will lose your bet.
I'll lose, but you know what? But I'll be happy because the Angels did really well.
Let's get real.
I know that, but it's still just that
I'm going
I would still root for
keep bringing it up. They can't turn the AC on in their clubhouse, right?
Hey, well, no, that's in Arizona. That I don't know if that's the big A or not, but who knows? All right, well, we are going to go through the past, the present, and the future again. And if you like it, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. And hopefully we will discuss some things that you might want to put some comments down about. So we'll find out as we go along.
We would love it if you commented. We'd love it if you liked and subscribed. And slam that like button.
That's right.
That's what they say, right? Slam it.
Yes. Don't
Bang
smash it.
Smash it?
No, because that's kind of like a sex thing.
Oh my God. I don't know how you know that or why you know that.
No, you just watch a movie and they'll go and they'll always see, like some guy or some girl go, I'd smash that. When they look at somebody. Yeah.
I've like I said, I don't know how.
I've seen a movie.
I've
seen it in the
wouldn't
movies.
do it. So I don't know.
All right. The past, present, and future in sports. So Greg and I were discussing this the other day, and it's Duke and North Carolina. And Greg had brought up the fact that North Carolina beat Duke during their regular basketball season.
Yes, they did.
So just go to the next little slide part here.
I already know what it says, all right?
Okay. No, okay.
We all saw the game.
Well, no. When they played February 27th, North Carolina won.
Mm-hmm.
And they won on a last-second three-point shot.
Hold on. When you say last second, does that mean every other basket throughout the game didn't matter?
Yeah. Because if it was 68-68, that's the same as 0-0.
So all the other baskets that were made don't count?
They didn't matter.
Okay.
The only one that mattered was that very last shot.
All right.
But isn't that how it is in any close game?
No, everything matters in a close game. Everything leading up to that matters in a close game.
But essentially the score was 0-0 with 5 seconds to go, or whatever it was.
Okay.
And they played a 5-second basketball game.
So what you're saying is when North Carolina plays Duke again next time, if there's a 5-second basketball game, they might have a chance to win. But when they got to play full, 40 minutes, right, it's a whole different story.
But just the reason you play the full 40 minutes is so that you can pad your stats.
Oh.
Okay. So that you can get statistics. But but the last 5 seconds, if North Carolina scores a 3-point shot and Duke can't go back down and score a 3-point shot, North Carolina wins. The only shot that mattered was that last shot.
So the 15 seconds leading up to that last 5 seconds didn't mean anything because, North Carolina was smart enough to hold on to the ball.
Yes.
And then, so those 15 seconds matter too then.
As long as it led to them winning the game, yes.
And the basket that Duke made to get it to 68, that didn't mean anything.
That's where you're going to go.
All right, I'm going to go all the way back to the very first basket.
Okay, but now just a second. But go back. Just So go back then, and if you do that and you go back, eventually you're going to get to 0-0.
Absolutely.
And what is 0-0? The same as 68 to 68.
It's like I can tell you what the
and
what the
so
score is
that
before you
5
start.
seconds, you shoot the basket. The last 5 seconds.
Maybe the first 5 seconds mattered, like who scored the first basket.
And I'm going to throw this out here, like in a foot race, let's say the 1500 meters. What happens in the first 5 seconds doesn't matter. What happens in the first quarter mile?
I'm going to hold you to that.
Doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is who crosses the finish line first.
So if in the first 5 seconds of a race,
Let's say a marathon, 26.2 miles.
and it doesn't matter what happens.
No, it does not.
I trip and fall and break my arm and I can't run.
Okay, people have tripped and fallen in the first 5 seconds of races, gotten back up and won.
I know, but I throw the broken arm in there.
Well,
Okay.
Granted. Yeah.
So some things do matter.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I would
Just
think
want to make
so.
sure we're on board. There you go.
But 68 to 68 with 5 seconds left and somebody hoists a shot and makes it and North Carolina wins is the same as 0-0 with 5 seconds and North Carolina wins 3-0.
I'm going to tell you what really upsets me about the 68 to 71 score win. It's 68-68. You have the ball. And you only need 1 point to win that game.
Correct.
And you're shooting a 3-pointer.
They might not have had the ball with 5 seconds. They might have only had it with 2. And so it's like, get the ball, take the shot.
I'll give them that. Okay, I didn't see the end of the game. I don't know where they are.
I just know that it was a last second buzzer beater.
It could have been dribbling down the court and hit a half quarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which would be really cool. I did not see the end of that game. But
so
I saw 3 games. I've seen 3 games this weekend.
All right.
Last weekend. Where teams went into overtime. Teams or they only needed 2 and they shoot a 3. They only needed 2 and they shoot a 3. I'm like, why are you not going to the basket? You only need 1.
Right. Go to the basket and maybe you get
fouled. Well, free throw shooting is horrible. I mean, luckily if you're 50% nowadays. But
okay.
Anyway,
so let's go on to the next slide. The next little picture here is what happened this past weekend at Cameron Indoor Stadium.
One of the most difficult places to play basketball unless you're a Duke fan.
But so Duke pretty much put it to them. The last 3 seconds of the game didn't matter. And I know you're probably going, well, it didn't. They weren't going to score 15 points in the last 3 seconds.
They weren't going to pull a Reggie Miller and score 8 points in the last 5 seconds or something like that.
If we're going for 3 seconds, no, it doesn't matter.
No.
And even if it was Reggie Miller and he did score 8, that would still put him down by 7.
Yeah.
So
they don't have a 15-point shot.
No, not yet.
They're talking about putting a 4-point shot in.
Eventually they'll move it back out and they'll get to 15.
No, they hope not. But
anyway, so Duke won, and because you and I have been having kind of a discussion about the Duke and North Carolina thing, and I just wanted to bring that up, not to rub it in, but just to point out. So they did split.
No, the conversation we had, I'd never said Duke was better than North Carolina. The conversation we had was, can any one of these teams win the championship? And I said North Carolina can win that championship. That's the conversation we had.
Right, and I'm saying no.
They can win it. The odds are they're not.
Right. Well, of course, if they're in the tournament, they have a chance.
They have that was the only team out of those bottom 13 that I thought could win that tournament.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Because they're freaking really, really good.
Not good enough.
They're going to be playing them in the ACC championship game.
Well, maybe. They got to get through a bunch of other people.
Well,
I mean,
they got a 3 or 4 seed. They've got a double bye. They're in the semi. They went right to the semifinals.
Well, we'll find out.
They only have to win 2 games, I think. Anyway, enough about North Carolina Duke.
Yeah, okay. The Cricket World Cup, the final, was this past weekend. I'm not picking on you. You were saying that if you won the toss, you want to bat second.
Cricket could be a lot different, but typically, like when you do NFL football, or you always want to know what you need to do.
Right.
Right. That gives you like, hey, we held them to a field goal in football. We only need to go down, we can win with a touchdown, or I need to score. In the college football, when college football does their overtime rules, they always want to go second.
Okay.
Cricket could be different.
All right. But I'm just because so they played the final, and
By the way, were either of my teams on the final?
what were your two teams?
You and I think we're on opposite sides for both.
No, I picked India. You picked it. You picked Great Britain or England,
England.
and then the other one was,
I said I was going to pick this team that hit second.
and I think it was New Zealand. So I think that you had New Zealand. Yeah,
So I had
because New Zealand beat
South Africa.
South Africa, and I was really impressed with South Africa. But New Zealand.
So my theory worked.
Kind of. It got them there.
Okay.
Okay. So
there we go. That was the only game I said I'm taking the second team. I had to take England.
Yes. All right. So
holy moly, it's 92-0. How do you overcome that?
90. Yeah, they scored 92 runs in under 6 overs. So that's under 36 balls. And this was Abhishek, his half century. He scored 50 runs by himself. So, and then he ended up getting out. So click onto the next slide. Next picture, I guess. Then Sampson, who was his batting partner, who had still been up, he got a half century. And that one wicket was Abisham or whatever his name was. Keyshawn and Sampson were batting together. So go to the next one. And Keyshawn got a half century. So they're at, like it says.
Did Sampson get 88?
Yeah. And that guy, okay, Sanju Sampson. That guy he's my favorite cricket player. He's awesome.
So let me ask you a real quick question looking at the score.
Mm-hmm.
Is that 198-1?
They scored 198 runs to 1 wicket.
To 1, okay, that's the wicket. Okay.
That was the wicket.
Okay. And 14.4 overs.
Correct. So they still had 2 balls to go before they get to be done with the 15th over.
Okay.
And so I think go to the next slide. This was at the half. So when India was done batting, they scored 255 runs. They had 5 wickets, 255 runs. That meant that New Zealand had to score 256, which is like an insurmountable lead, almost.
Obviously not, because somebody scored 255.
So, and it was just, New Zealand had really good bowlers coming into this. They did. And India also had really good bowlers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they've got to score 256. Here's the big thing. Tim Seifert and Finn Allen were the 2 guys that New Zealand was really, really leaning on, because Finn Allen, Tim Seifert scored the 2nd most runs in the World Cup. Finn Allen scored the 5th most.
Who scored the 1st, 3rd, and 4th?
The first was a guy from Pakistan that I don't remember. Sanju Sampson was 3rd, and then I don't remember who was 4th. It was somebody. It was somebody else, I think, from Pakistan. So what happened was, and it's only, they're not even at their 3rd over. Finn Allen's up to bat. Click the thing. And that's him. He caught the ball.
So he only scored 9 runs.
He only scored 9 runs, and he had a century in the last game.
That's
so, that's like Shohei Ohtani striking out 5 times in a game. They're just not. You gotta hope everybody else.
The Dodgers can overcome that.
Yeah, but you gotta hope everybody else can pick
The
up
Angels
the slack.
can't, but the Dodgers can.
Okay, well, we're not talking about that. And that really, I think, was the thing that cost New Zealand more than anything else, because now you can look at the score, and this is the last batter. They're at 159 for 9. And this is the 19th over, so they only had 7 balls
They
left.
need like another 100 runs.
Yes, in 7 balls. And even if they get 6s on all of them, that's still going to give them 42.
That's good math.
Right.
So they should just stop the game.
That's what I thought, but they don't.
They don't mercy them, huh?
They don't. And so Duffy's up to bat. They've only got 1 more wicket. So click the thing. And that's the picture of the guy making that last out. And it's the same guy that caught Finn Allen's first wicket. And India won 159.
That's a beatdown.
Yeah, they won by 96 runs.
Seifert 52 cent here. Allen only got 9.
Yeah.
So, and the bottom people are the bowlers.
Correct.
What does the 3 stand for and the 46 stand
Well,
for?
okay, so the underneath India, that's their top 4 hitters. And then Nisham, Ravindra, and Henry were bowlers for New Zealand.
They only needed 3 bowlers.
Well, those were the only guys that got any wickets.
Oh.
And then for New Zealand, those were the top batters in New Zealand. And then Bumrah, Aksar, Abhishek, and Hardik were the top bowlers for India. Yeah, so they got rid of New Zealand in 19 wickets. Now, if you're watching this and you care about cricket, I do have a question. So just pause this for a second.
Pause it right there.
Put this in the comment below if you're paying attention. Now that the Cricket World Cup is over, what do I do? What is the cricket team that I need to follow?
Is there not all year long cricket?
There is. But that's the thing. I mean, what's the team? What's the club team?
Because the UFL's about ready to start.
Well, we'll talk about the UFL when that happens. But I need a cricket team. I need a cricket team that I can cheer for. And it doesn't really matter because I got the Willow channel, and so we get cricket from all around the world. It could be India, the best team in India.
How about the Bangladesh Bombers?
Hey, if there is a Bangladesh Bombers, then I'm on it. Anyway, so if you could put a comment in the comment section below, what's the team that I need to follow? I know Greg doesn't follow cricket anymore.
I might start, but I got so many other sports I'm trying to follow. Like the PGA, the championship this weekend.
They're all championships.
No, this is the PGA championship.
Well, had I known that, I would have put a slide in
No,
there.
we'll get it next week because it'll be over.
Okay.
All
right.
Oh.
So the present, what's going on right now in college basketball? You've got all the conference championships are going on.
No, they're not.
Well,
13 or 15 of them are over.
Okay, whatever. But they are
half of them are over. Half the
they're being decided.
They're already decided.
Okay, all the conference championships will be decided. They're playing. Many of them are playing their games today.
As a matter of fact, I could pull it up on the.
I don't care. That's not the point.
Yes. Okay. What's the point? Get your point.
I am getting to my point. So there you got your major conferences, your mid-majors, your mid-major, still large mid-majors, mid-majors, and then the small, low mid-major conferences. You want to know which one is not on that list?
Pac-12. That is the small, below low.
Of course not, because it's not a conference.
That's not true.
It is not a conference, and I can prove it to you.
This year.
That's all that matters. Next year's a different year.
It's still a conference.
It is not.
Okay, it's still called the Pac-12 conference. And they're going to come back strong with San Diego State, UNLV.
Okay.
I think Boise's going in there.
Okay. All I'm saying is that right now there is not a Pac-12. It does not exist.
There's not a Big Ten either.
Yes, there is.
It's a Big 16.
Okay, but look at what it says. The major conferences, look at number 2. The Big Ten.
But it's got 16 teams.
That's not the point. It's called the Big Ten because the Big 16.
The people that came up with that name, same with the Pac-12 or the Pac-8 back when they did it, the Big 8, the Big 10, they weren't very smart because the SEC did it right. Well, we can have as many teams as we want.
Right.
The ACC, the MEAC, the Big East. All right.
So those conference championships are going on today, which is all fine and good. And that's the present. It's what's happening today.
Absolutely happening today.
And so let's click the thing here. Let's move on with
And
this.
you're telling me,
okay,
that,
maybe
that one of the team that's going to win the NCAA championship is going to come out of one of the going to be one of the 5 major conference winners.
I would say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see anybody from the AAC or the Atlantic 10, the Mountain West.
Hofstra. All right. Okay.
Maybe. Hey. Okay. Then the future. Now we get into this part.
There was a ginormous bubble burst today.
Which was what?
Miami of Ohio was undefeated. And they were scheduled to go in, like they were going to get the automatic berth out of their thing.
Mm-hmm.
They lost.
Oh, no.
No, that's great.
Well, no, it's not.
Well,
I guess
that means one of these bubble people,
they're going to be out.
They were going to be, yeah. If Miami had won, they were like, oh, we're like right there. If we go deep into our tournament, into our thing, I think one of them was like, God, who was it? The 69th team was like, damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
Because now that conference is getting 2 teams instead of 1.
Right. Okay,
there was 2 or 3 of those that happened, by the way.
So, all right, the ACC. Not all of these schools, and I only picked the top 10 in their league, how they finished their league. Does that make sense? So you just look, if you look at their conference, I just picked the top. I think there's just the top 10. Some of those schools are not going to be in the NCAA tournament.
There's 11 there.
Well, whatever. Okay.
Which of those schools is not making the tournament?
Right. I don't think, and this is just looking, and I'm just looking down. I don't think Florida State's going to be in.
Florida State is going to be in. They're going to get it. They might. Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Right. I'm.
This was fresh off of ES. I think it was. No, it was off the NCAA website.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think Florida State's out.
I think NC State's in. 20 used to be a good number, but 20 is a rough number now. Okay.
Yeah, I would think that even though, there's only 31 spots. Well, I guess 30.
There's 37 spots.
37 spots left. So you can't have the big 5 things go all the way down to their 7 schools, right? You can't get their champion and then the next 6. That would be 30 teams from those and 7 from everybody else. That's not fair. That ain't right.
Well,
I think Louisville is a shoe-in. North Carolina State, I'm not too hip about.
Has Stanford as one of the 4 playing games.
Why would they skip over Florida State and put in Stanford?
Because it might have strength of schedule. There's certain things that just because they're like if you look at Stanford, they're 20-12. Florida State's 18-14. Okay, so you have them listed by their conference championship, but if you look at they've played some tougher games, right?
Okay, maybe that matters.
That's why they actually had SMU in there at one time too.
SMU, I mean, you can't have a losing record in your conference and make it into the NCAA tournament. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a line in the sand. All right, well, let's go on to the next.
I agree with that.
The Big 10 or the Big 16, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
It's all right. Okay, so the Big 10.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 schools.
I'm telling you right now, the only team that's not making on that is Indiana.
You're going to take 9 schools.
I'm
from
telling
the
you
Big
right
Ten.
now, those 9 schools are going.
That okay? Well, then, if you're taking the top 6 from the ACC or the top 7 from the ACC, and these 9, that's
Well, I
you're
think you're
saying
getting
that's
more than 7.
almost half of the spots left
Yeah.
go to those 2 conferences.
Every other conference is only going to get like, well, that's not true. The Mountain West is going to get 2. They're going to get Gonzaga and
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's. I'm saying Iowa. I think they lost. Iowa might be out. Ohio State's a bubble for sure, a bubble, but I think they're going to get 9.
Wow. Okay. I just find that
They have projected Illinois is the number 2.
Illinois as a number 2.
Yeah.
I could see Michigan.
Illinois was projected as a number 2 in the West.
Well, that's silly.
I'm just telling you. They're 24-7. You got to look at their conference. I mean, the Big Ten. They're 15-5 in the Big Ten.
Okay, right. Well, so is Nebraska. So is Michigan State.
Nebraska is a number 4.
Nebraska
number 3.
is 26-5.
Yeah, they're a number 3.
But you're saying that Illinois is going to be a number 2?
No, I said that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
Oh,
That's what bracketology is saying.
Okay.
CBS bracketology is saying Illinois at the beginning of this week is a number 2 in the West, with Arizona as a number 1.
See, this is what this sort of crap that drives me crazy about this. It lacks logic. It
has to do with their strength of schedule, wins and losses, home away losses are away wins, good wins, bad wins, good losses, bad losses. Like North Carolina beating Duke, even though they only beat them by 3, is a really good win.
Yeah, but they did it at home.
Doesn't matter. It's a great win.
All right, let's move on to the next thing here.
You're getting frustrated with what's happening.
Yes. The SEC. So you're going to tell me that all of these SEC schools are going to make it in.
The only team that is on the bubble right now is Texas. Florida's the number 1.
Ugh. I'm looking at this, and I'm with you in the regards. I don't think Texas gets in. Okay, so basically that's 9. So that's 18, 23, or 24 of the spots are taken up by 3 conferences.
So if you take the top 5 conferences, right?
Right.
And everybody gets 9, that's 45 of the spots. Everybody's not going to get 9 because there's not 45 spots available.
Right.
But that would leave 23 left over. Yeah, there's probably 45 available. No, there's because the top 5 to 31, so there's 26. So there's 26 teams that have to get in. So it's probably not 45, but there's probably 40 of the teams in the Big 5 are going to make it.
So there's 47. Just saying. So there's 67 teams.
68.
68 teams to get in. Okay.
26 of them are
31.
Not in, 26 31. Of them are not in on the 5 conferences we're talking about.
Okay, just a second. So 31 are automatic, which means that there are 37 open spots.
Well,
yes.
Yeah, but
okay,
but also include that the 5 conference champions are not part of the other people that are going to get in there, right? So you either have to.
No. I'm just saying that you got all of your conference champions. There's 31 of them. They're going to make it in. That leaves 37 more spots. The Big 5, if they go,
no, it doesn't leave 37. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right. Just follow me here. So the Big 5, you take out their champion, and let's say you give each of them 8. Well, that's 40 spots.
Yeah, so they're not all quite going to get 8. Like the Big 12 might not get 8. They might get 6.
But okay, and then you look at St. Mary's deserves to be.
Yeah. So there. I'm just saying.
San Diego State deserves.
San Diego State's out.
They win if they
have to win their conference championship.
If they get to the final, though, they might.
San Diego is probably they're on a bubble. They're a bubble team.
They're bubble boys.
They're not bubble boys. They're a bubble team, right? San Diego State is on the outside looking in right now.
Okay. All right.
Wait till you get to the Big 12 and who they're projecting to get in.
Well,
It's frustrating.
Yes, that's exactly it. It's frustrating that you're automatically saying these schools get more simply because of the conference they're in.
Absolutely. That's why that happened, Brian. That's why the Big 10 has 16 teams in it. The SEC has 16 teams in it. That's why the Pac-12 folded, because they weren't getting – the Pac-12 always finished its conference championship on Sunday.
Right.
Well, they had already made selections. So then they started moving it up to Saturday. Because it's West Coast, they got no love.
All right.
So that's why 4 teams went to, the Big 10 and 4 teams went to 4 to the Big 10, 2 to the Big 12, and 3 to the ACC or something like that, right?
All right. So
that's why.
All right. Let's go to the next thing here. Okay, the Big East. And this is the entire Big East. That's all the schools.
So this one's only going to get 3. This is the one that's going to let everybody – Villanova, UConn, and St. John's. And UConn is going to UConn's going to be over St. John's.
I think the new kids on the Hall will make it.
Seton
Hall, I think
they're a bubble team. They're on the outside looking in right now.
So, but I am
So that's where you're making up. Like, see, here's the deal, because all these conferences play each other in off games.
Mm-hmm.
They have like the ACC, Big Ten,
right.
Monday Madness. Those are huge games for them, because if the Big Ten wins all those games, that tells you that, hey, you're only going to get 3 or 4 teams out of the Big East instead of the 8 we were talking about. Or they're only getting 2 extra teams instead of the 8 we were talking about. Right?
Right.
So that's huge. That's where that all – so it's, in reality, it's those Big 5. Someone's going to be on the outside looking in.
Right.
For how many – they're not going to get their 8.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. The Big East is probably I don't want to say the Big East is
the weakest of the Big 5.
It's the weakest of the Big 5. I
would say so.
Yeah, the Pac-12 obviously is the weakest.
The Pac-12 is not a conference.
Okay.
Big 12. And the Big 12. Now this is going all the way down to BYU.
See, now here's crazy thing about BYU. 9-9 in their conference, right?
Mm-hmm.
23-10. They have BYU as a number 6 seed in the West.
So what you're saying then is that all of those schools are in the tournament.
UCF's out, West Virginia's out, TCU's out, Cincinnati's out. Because look at their overall record.
Right. Well, that's the thing. UCF is 21-11.
They're not 23-10, and who have they played?
Well, I don't know. I haven't paid attention to UCF basketball at all.
I know, but they probably don't have the strength of schedule that BYU has. Or did they have good losses compared to bad losses? Like BYU losing to Houston or Duke would be considered a good loss as long as you didn't lose by 45. Right? You go into
right.
Okay.
I'm just it's baffling.
Yes, but they're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to get 6.
Go to the next slide. Okay, so who's definitely not getting in? Oregon State and Washington State. They are not getting in. They are part of...
Are you saying Gonzaga is not getting in?
No, I'm saying Oregon State is not getting in. And Washington State is not getting in.
Why do you have all these teams listed like this?
Because this is the WCC.
Oh, Oregon State went into the WCC and Washington went into the WCC to play? Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's why they're in it.
No, there's only Santa Clara has a shot. They're a bubble team right now. They might be getting in as the first 4 games. Like
right.
They might be getting in as like an 11 seed.
But all I'm saying is Oregon State and Washington State are not going to be in the tournament.
No, they're not.
Those are my definitely outs.
San Francisco, I can tell you right now, University of San Francisco is not getting. University of Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. If you're as baffled by the NCAA and how they do this tournament stuff, put a comment below if you're as baffled as I am. Yeah, it just is. I don't know. It's just odd.
Well, these teams like teams going to these conferences, so they have better games. They're traveling a lot. They're going like,
But it fathoms me that I could be in my conference, I could go 9-9, and the team above me could go 11-8, or excuse me, 10-8. I get in and they don't, even though they
schedule tougher games. But you may not have played the toughest schedule inside your own conference.
well,
And then you didn't schedule tough enough games outside your conference. You know, and you were.
I know. Look, it.
I'm not saying that the end. I mean, I don't know how they do it.
Right, and I'm not. Look,
But here's the deal: they're putting 68 teams in, and we're not going to go to your 240 team thing, all right? Because then nobody can complain, right?
That's hey, if it's 242, nobody's got a chance to complain.
They got 68 teams going in, right?
Right.
If you're number 69,
then you get to go to the NIT.
enjoy the NIT.
Yes. All right. Okay. Well, hey, if you enjoyed that conversation, click the like button. If you subscribe to the channel, we appreciate that very much. Leave a comment. A couple of things. I'm looking for a cricket team, and then a cricket club team, and then this whole NCAA March Madness deal.
We'll find out what's going on. Like I said, I printed the original bracket that came out on CBS of what they thought, and then we'll look at the final.
Okay. Well, we'll also do our picks,
and we're going to do our picks. Yeah. I have 2 versions of it,
and
I'll tell you how I picked them.
I'll pick them.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you how I picked them, and we'll see which one. One might be Dan Patrick's. No. Anyway, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching us. Really appreciate you guys. Take care.